What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Black Adam, spoiler filled. If you haven't seen this movie, you may want to wait to watch this video, or if you just don't care about spoilers, then welcome. If you've already seen the movie, then welcome. So yeah, as far as Black Adam goes, the movie's pretty A lot of things I liked, a lot of things I didn't like. As a DC fan, it was really nice getting to see the Justice Society in this movie. Although I will say the characters, they were pretty bland and generic. I guess I should start with the characters. As far as the characters go, Black Adam, pretty dull character. There's really nothing to him at all. His whole thing is just, oh, I'm badass, I'm strong, I can beat up anybody, nobody can stop me. You know, all the dialogue in the movie is really bad, so he kind of does say stuff like that at certain points. Bad dialogue all throughout the film. Could have been worse, I guess. But yeah, as far as Black Adam goes, not much to his character. He really shows no emotion. The Rock just kind of has this dull, bored look on his face all throughout the film. As far as Hawkman goes, he did nothing but get his ass kicked through the entire film, and he was so hyped to always get in a fight, and then he always loses. But I did really enjoy the character more than I thought he would. I really liked the actor's performance, because even though the character sucked, he was still pretty enjoyable to watch. He had this just smooth charisma about him. So yeah, I really enjoyed when Hawkman was on screen. Another character that really stood out to me was Dr. Fate. I've always been a Dr. Fate fan from Young Justice or playing other DC games like DC Universe Online or Injustice or just watching the Superman or Justice League Unlimited cartoon. So seeing him finally in live action was kind of like a dream come true. I didn't think we'd ever get to see Dr. Fate in live action. And then here he is, and his suit looks fucking great. This is one of the best comic book movie suits I've seen in a long time. It looks so good. Just the texture on it and the colors, everything just looks so great. They did a really good job at Dr. Fate's costume. If I could change anything about it, I'd say the helmet looked a little weird. They could have put some eye holes in it or something. But outside of that, his costume and just his performance was great. Didn't like that they killed his character off though. Yeah, this is spoilers. Dr. Fate dies at the end. I'll get into that later, but that was really stupid. Didn't like that. Hopefully he comes back in a future film. I feel like they only did that because they're like, well, we cast an old man as Dr. Fate, so in case he bites the dust before we get to do a sequel, we can just easily say, oh, well, the character died in the last movie, which is kind of fucked up. But yeah, I would like to see Dr. Fate return, if possible. As far as Cyclone goes, pretty lame character, nothing to her at all, really no importance to the story at all. She was just kind of there, just to be there really. She didn't do anything important to the plot or the story. She was a pretty nothing character. She only has like one sentence that kind of gives us some kind of backstory to her character, and it's about something about she got kidnapped when she was 15 and got experimented on or something. I'm just like, okay. And that's about all there is to her character. Outside of that, dead weight. Could have been anybody. She brought nothing to the table at all. Her powers look really weird too whenever she was doing her little wind stuff. Not impressive at all. As far as Adam Smasher goes, whatever. He did like maybe one or two things that were actually cool in the film. That's when he was really big. Outside of that, he just felt kind of like a rip-off Deadpool as far as his personality goes. I'm not gonna remember this character. Forgettable, dull. Underdeveloped is really the word I'm looking for when it comes to all the characters in this film. They could have done so much more considering you only had like 4 members. You couldn't have done anything with them at all. At least give each of them a chance to shine, have a cool action scene or something. Because as it stands, none of them really got a chance to shine besides maybe Dr. Fate. That's just because he stole every scene he was in. Adam Smasher, I guess, is supposed to be the comic relief, but I never laughed at all. Didn't think he was very funny. I laughed maybe like, I didn't even really laugh at this movie. I kind of just had like a little smirk on my face. Maybe 3 times through the film, which is pretty rare because that's the most I've quote-unquote laughed at any movie this year. So, props to Black Adam, I guess. But yeah, that's enough with the characters. How's the action? Well, I mean, most of it's just mindless nonsense. The first 15 minutes is just a whole bunch of boring exposition. It really started to lose me after a while. I'm like, okay, we're still doing exposition? Like, holy shit, can we just get to the fucking movie already? So it's a whole bunch of nonsense that we gotta go through before we get The Rock in this film. But once The Rock actually shows up, it's pretty fucking cool, honestly, because after that it's like an action scene every 10 minutes is what it feels like. It felt pretty fast paced as far as that goes. But a lot of the action was kind of not important to the story at all, just kind of there just for action. Like, how many times is The Rock gonna fight some kind of mercenaries who just keep shooting on him? You would think after a couple of shots it does nothing to him, that they would just drop their guns and run for their life. But instead they just stand there and keep shooting at The Rock for no reason at all. Other than, well, we'll keep shooting at him until he eventually kills us. So, thought that was pretty stupid. And it happens like twice when The Rock is facing off against these mercenaries, and it just ends with him just beating the shit out of them, so it's just like, what was the point of this? I'd say probably the best action scene in the film is Black Adam versus the Justice Society, even though most of it was just Hawkman getting his ass kicked. But it was still cool seeing, Dr. Fate's powers and seeing the whole team versus Black Adam. Although I don't know why they would bring Adam Smasher on the team, somebody who is apparently pretty new. I think they said this is like his first mission. Don't know if your first mission should be trying to take down a guy who's as strong as Superman, but hey, whatever, Justice Society. Who am I to tell you what to do? And let me tell you guys, the last 20 minutes of this movie is so fucking stupid. Okay, so Dr. Fate, okay, so the JSA take Black Adam to some kind of prison that Amanda Waller has or whatever, and they lock him up, right? So he's done. He's in his weird little body. They have the Rock's head on some random skinny guy's body. It looks so fucking laughable. I did not believe it at all. It was very distracting and it took me out of the film. I was like, oh my god. Because the effects for the most part look pretty decent throughout the film, especially compared to the dog shit we've been getting from Marvel recently, where it's just obvious fake green screen and obvious fake CGI. This one actually looks pretty decent. It looks like people actually took some kind of time to work on it. It looks pretty good. Besides the weird Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's head on some skinny guy's body. But yeah, anyways, so he gets locked up, right? Then they go and face some random demon guy. They get their asses kicked. And then Dr. Fate's like, oh, we gotta break Black Adam out. He's the only one who can stop him. So they go and lock up Black Adam. Just 10 minutes later, break him out so that he can beat up the Satan bad guy. Which just ends with Dr. Fate getting killed anyway, apparently. Supposedly he gets killed. He's a magic guy, so you don't really know if he even died for sure, but the movie has us believe that he's actually dead. So that could have been easily preventable if they just hadn't locked up Black Adam. I was wondering that too when they went to go lock him up in the prison. I was like, why did they not wait and lock him up after they defeated the big bad guy they've been trying to stop for the whole film? Like, I know their mission is to stop Black Adam and bring him in, but you guys know about this demon guy that's about to get unleashed, so why would you not wait when you have a huge powerhouse with you to lock him up? I don't know. Didn't make any sense to me. And this villain literally comes out of nowhere. I don't even know what his name is. Starts with an S. Symbolic or something? I don't know. He's some kind of demon. I don't know what he wants. He's just like shooting fire out of his chest. This is like one of the worst comic book movie villains we've ever had. This is straight up some Fan Four Stick type shit. Like, this villain is fucking terrible. He only shows up in the last 20 minutes so that The Rock can beat him up. Because we had to have a villain for the film, apparently. So stupid. Oh, and Black Adam, you know how he's supposed to be like an anti-hero? He's supposed to be constantly going from good to bad, like right there in the middle, the gray area. Yeah, no, he's basically a good guy for like the entire film. He's like 90% good guy, 10% bad guy. And the only bad thing he did was, he did some bad shit when his son got killed. He took some revenge or whatever upon the people who did it, whatever. Like, I don't know, I don't really buy this guy as an anti-hero. I don't see where this supposed darkness is that the woman said that he has. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about those characters. There's some random mother and her son that are taking up a whole lot of screen time throughout this film. The kid is just so annoying and cringy. I don't know why he was in this. These characters should have been removed, but I think they're only in it because, we gotta have some kind of human characters because Hollywood thinks we're stupid and we're not gonna be able to enjoy a film unless we can relate to some boring, random human characters. Same thing they did with the Transformers films. Hey, we can't have the whole movie with robots. We gotta insert some stupid human characters that are not important at all. Nobody cares about these characters, but we gotta have them in there because, the dumb audiences will relate to them, right? It's just so stupid. They could have been easily removed from this film. Could have went to actually developing the JSA. So I thought the whole movie was going to be just the JSA trying to bring down Black Adam, and they constantly fail, and then maybe the third act they have to go get Superman to come take on the Black Adam. Something cool like that. That would have been a much better movie, actually. Like, Act 1, the JSA get developed, they learn about Black Adam. We learn about Black Adam, then second act, they try to stop him, they fail. Then they try something else or whatever, and they fail again, and then the third act they go and get Superman, and then they finally win. I don't know, just spitballing here. That would have been a much better film than what we actually got, in my opinion. Which is mostly just The Rock beating up random henchmen. So yeah, will I watch Black Adam again? Maybe once or twice, won't really be excited about it. Overall, I'd say the movie's just pretty mid. Just, whatever. Considering it took like 15 years to get this movie going, this is just pretty disappointing. Because if you guys didn't know, The Rock's been cast as Black Adam since like 2007. So yeah, this movie's been in development for like 15 years. Not exactly this movie, but they've been trying to get a Black Adam movie going with The Rock for 15 years, and this is what they got. So take that for what you will. But yeah, I think I've gone on long enough. As far as what I like, The Rock's costume is cool, I guess. I like Dr. Fate and Hawkman for what it's worth. They were entertaining. They kind of carried most of the movie. Outside of that, there's not really much I really enjoyed about it. The action was kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, whatever. It's just a mid movie. It's like whatever. DC can be doing better than this. So yeah, have you guys seen Black Adam? And if you did, what did you think about it? Do you agree with me? Is the movie mid, or do you think it's one of the best superhero films you've ever seen? Or hey, maybe you think it's one of the worst. I don't know if I'd say it's one of the worst. It's just kind of like a middle movie. Don't love it, don't hate it. It's just, something to throw on if you want some mindless entertainment. I'm sure all the brain-dead general audiences that usually go to The Rock's films opening night are gonna love it, because, you know, of course they will. It would have helped a bit with The Rock if he would actually do something different from his films, because in this, you know, no pointy ears, no hair, no accent, no anything, just The Rock in a Black Adam costume. It'd kind of help if they at least try to disguise him as a character, but, you know, why put in effort? Why make the character you're playing look like the character from the comics? That's stupid, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, and oh yeah, Henry Cavill Superman is in the post-credit scene. Pretty cool, I guess. We'll see where that goes. If anything even happens with that, we'll have to see what happens with the box office, I guess, to see if that even goes anywhere. It was only like a 10-second scene. The Rock's been hyping up this movie for like 2 weeks just because of Superman. And Superman's only in the movie for like 10 seconds. Personally, I would have had him in the third act to stop Black Adam, but hey, I don't make movies. Anyways, yeah, that's all I want to say.